Forever. Dog.
Warning! The following year-end holiday special features appearances by the Toronto Blue Jays, Dr. Ian Garvin, Captain Crunch, Kat McPhee and her father-aged husband David Foster, Danny Aiello as Papa, and our musical stars, Alan Thicke and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. In dazzling audio and video, it's a very merry podcast, The Ride. Welcome to a special holiday podcast, The Ride. It's a podcast about theme parks hosted by we three kings of boring your partners when you tell them about the show. I'm Scott Gardner. There's Mike Carlson.
Yes, people say go off, King, when we start telling them about, I don't know, Randy Gerber or the new ride system coming soon to Universal Japan's Donkey Kong Land.
Mm-hmm. How many times have there been those partner conversations where like, okay, I've wrapped my head around that you listen to this theme park podcast, but how come everything you tell me about it is not about theme parks? Why are there stories about Randy Gerber? Who is Randy Gerber? Well, the show exists in a universe where everyone on the planet is deeply aware of Randy Gerber lore.
Yeah, well, I think the partner, if they're a good partner, they are at least paying attention that these topics seem to be off topic. Mm-hmm. For the premise of the podcast, if they're paying attention.
Yeah. But in a way, it's like it's all usurped it as the topic.
Yeah.
Jason Sheridan, a jolly...
Oh, yeah.
A jolly old elf, Jason Sheridan. I say this partially because you are wearing a green stocking cap just when I turned to...
This was actually when I was doing the Sleepy Time Bear for the holiday party. It was in a 2-pack. It was a red one and a green one. Brett, can I get that image I sent you?
And this is a good time to point out, this is a video episode.
It's a video episode.
We haven't done this in a while. A little special thing for everybody for the end of the year, a holiday special. You can find this on the Forever Dog YouTube. And Jason, we've just pulled up where we've encountered an immediate error
on it.
That's what Jason wanted to show us. He wanted to show us that we're approaching the storm.
The truth. The storm is coming.
Jason's big reveal at the end of the year is that he's a Q guy now.
There it is.
Hey.
Okay. This kind of put me over the edge of buying this sleeping cap package. This insane looking old man wearing it.
So wait, when you say put you over the edge, it meant you're like, I have to have it now that I saw
it.
this older man?
We're looking at a very Benny Hill type, like leery kind. That's how I read it, as a like, ooh, humana kind of old man. But I don't mean to apply the sexual nature to him. He's really just like, he's excited about having both red and green stocking caps.
Yeah, it's so. It also looks a lot like almost like a pirate. If it didn't have the big ball at the end of it, it would be very pirate.
He's the
style.
old guy on the pirate ship.
Yeah, he's the.
So you used this guy, Jason, as your style icon.
Yeah, as my guiding light.
Yeah,
as my North Star, if you will.
Beautiful. Well, there is the first use of the visuals, which I think will come into play. And again, go to the Forever Dog YouTube channel to check this out. Thought it'd be fun to do at the end of the year, especially because it's going to be a very clip-oriented show. And beyond that, everybody's dressed in their holiday finest.
That's right.
Jason's cap has been covered. I've got a Santa hat. I've got a light up Christmas light necklace or something, which I got from this weird thing I went to with Eva last night. Frosty's Christmas bar. I was saying to her, I will never remember what this is.
Yeah.
Despite being at it right now. I think because it was called Frosty. This is in Hollywood. It's on Hollywood Boulevard. Called Frosty's, but there's no presence of Frosty in it. You never meet a Frosty. You do meet the Grinch. Even I met the Grinch, so I'm still reeling from that this morning.
It seemed like there was a lot of Grinch stuff. Like there's a walk around Grinch, but also the drinks are named after the Grinch. So it feels like they wanted to maybe call it something Grinch related because there's so much Grinch stuff, but they were worried about a lawsuit from
that
the
might be
Massachusetts
right.
state.
Yes, yeah. So it's a little off brand. Maybe they do say it out loud, but it's more about like you can't copyright a green fuzzy room. That's the thing they have is a green fuzzy hallway.
That's really Grinch-like.
Yes. It's like being inside his. Well, not his. I don't know if he's furry on the inside. It's at least like being in the Grinch's butt crack.
You think okay, right. In the crack, you think it's fully Grinch fur. I guess
at least
probably
some of it, or maybe, or does the
unless it's like
fur...
he's like a baboon.
Oh yeah, wait, there'd be spots, I guess.
Maybe
it's like you're being
like
squeezed between the Grinch's legs. That's what it's like.
Okay, yeah.
You think the Grinch is baboon? Like, do you think he has the big red ass like a baboon?
Well, we do see his butt, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it. So I guess he doesn't have a red baboon ass.
Okay. Do you see his butt? Does he turn around in the Jim Carrey movie?
You see his little bottom.
Yeah, he's not wearing
pants. He kind of has a little like duck tail.
I guess you see a lot of it, but I can't imagine there's a part in this film where he like spreads.
Yeah.
I don't think you know what's really going on deep in there.
Yeah.
So glad I brought this up.
Really glad. Can we edit in me saying seat instead of ass because it's Christmas time? I should have said his little seat.
Okay, yes. So is there a part in the Grinch where the Grinch spreads his seat so you can see his little seat hole? His potentially
hole.
I don't remember it. If it was in there, I don't remember it, is what I'm saying.
I want to point out one more thing about my wardrobe. And I told everybody, let's all dress like a little holiday. And I was like, do I have a good holiday sweater? And I think I do. It's like a red and black sweater. But beyond that, what it is this is an official part. This is an official employee sweater of my beloved Fry's Electronics, which was given to me by listener Eric. Awesome, generous listener who we met in Vegas, who gave us all this awesome stuff. Thank you, Eric. A highlight of the year in general, meeting so many great folks, people who came out to who traveled to our live shows. So I want to thank everybody who did that. And Eric, it fits great. Perfect excuse to wear it. Mike, you're wearing something that brings us into the topic.
Yeah, I have my Ninja Turtle Christmas sweatshirt on. It's got all 4 of the brothers, and they have Santa hats on, and they just look very jolly.
I think I forgot that that's a way to refer to them as the brothers.
They're 4 brothers.
They are. I never think about that. They are part of the same.
They're the same, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Are they, though? Do we know? Or were they just 4 baby turtles who were around each other?
I don't remember if there's a specific canon that says all 4 of the baby turtles were related, but they're all raised as brothers. If people were adopted, they're still brothers.
That's true. Okay, yes, absolutely.
Depending on what turtle, I mean, like the original Ninja Turtles figures, all 4 of them had different colors, shades of green.
They were all different greens?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But not in the movie. They all are sort of the same color. And then
so you're saying that when they started to produce some of these things, such as a straight-to-video Christmas special, maybe it made more sense to just like, hey, make 8 suits and paint them all, and we will put different masks on them, and that is how we will accomplish this video.
It's possible some things were practical, like... Also practical was initially the turtles were all red bandanas. They all wore 4 red bandanas in the comic. And then I think it was like Playmates toys or the cartoon were like, how are kids going to tell these turtles apart? Yeah. And they were like, I don't know, 4 different color bandanas. And they were like, yeah, all right. Fine.
That's all I need.
So
that was not even a full meeting to
probably
figure that out.
Not. So I'm just saying you probably different continuity has different answers exactly if they were all 4 related.
Yeah.
Technically.
One of my friends of my grandmother many years ago was really into making ceramics.
Yeah.
Like as a hobby, and she made Ninja Turtle ornaments one year. And my brother got the red bandana, which is Raphael, and I got the yellow bandana, which is not real. But even back then I knew, you just tell a kindly old lady, thank you.
Was it not even close to orange?
No, it's
the thing
bright.
Is,
yeah, I think it was supposed to be orangish, maybe, but it's pretty much yellow.
That's a cut one. That's Rembrandt.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
There is somebody who wears the yellow now, I believe, in the comics. I believe the character's name is Jenica. and we're going to cut this out if I'm wrong, so no one will ever hear it. But also, on the original arcade machine, Michelangelo's bandana was much more yellow than it was orange, and it did bother me.
Oh,
it was
okay.
very annoying to me.
So maybe
as a kid.
it's a pseudo Michelangelo.
So this lady maybe went to a bowling alley and saw the Ninja Turtles arcade, and she was like, "What colors are the four brothers?" And she was like, "Yellow, got it." So maybe she was right.
That seems
in relation
likely,
to
yes.
that.
Yeah, based on physical media, that's a place she could go.
30
to
years ago,
experience
where
the-
was she going to see the Turtles? She doesn't have the internet.
That's true.
You know, she's
and if
not.
a film is not in
Yeah.
theaters at that moment.
What's she going to do but go to the local bowling alley
she was
and write down the colors?
having a Paul Mall and a Tom Collins and looking up Dirty Turtles arcade
Dirty
cabinets.
Turtles arcade cabinets, yeah.
You're right about Jenica, by the way.
Thank
so
God.
no need to.
Because I am behind all my newer Turtle comics.
Oh boy. Well, yeah. Well, I think we're all very '90s focused in our turtle awareness.
Yeah.
The basics, the brothers, as we say, and what we're doing today. So we've done this kind of thing for the holidays here and there, and I always enjoyed doing it. I think in the first year of the show, we did kind of a pile of clips from Christmas specials. We did a live show that was of that nature, and that's kind of what we're doing here, but maybe a little bit more guided, a guided meditation on all things surrounding and centering on a very special moment, something I think that came up the very first year that we did this. One of, I think, the best things that ever happened in a Disney World Christmas special. We're going to talk about something from the 1990 Walt Disney World Very Merry Christmas Parade, which is a special performance of Santa Claus is Coming to Town, led by the Ninja Turtles, the brothers are all led in this performance by the great Alan Thicke. I'm sure we talked about it in the first year. Maybe we've covered this 9 times.
It's possible,
and I don't
yeah.
remember. I think we proposed this as one of the greatest moments in Disney World history when we discussed
Yeah.
Disney World 50.
It is.
And I stand by that. It
yeah.
got trounced in ultimately the poll by you tugging yourself with your mom while Gloria Estefan, filming a Gloria Estefan music video.
Yeah.
So that's ultimately number 1. But
Yeah.
I don't think was in there. They got votes.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it's the most exciting. Obviously, we're a men of a certain age, as I said on our episode when we were talking to Trevor Zammit, who runs the Ninja Turtles line at ECHA. Men of a certain age.
We were talking to a Turtles person.
Specifically, a formative time in our childhoods.
Yes.
Seeing the Ninja Turtles at MGM Studios was insane.
I know
Yeah.
something we have not actually done an episode about is whatever. I don't actually know what the show was at Disney MGM Studios when the Turtles entered that incredible fold. When you see that photo, oh my God, it's Little Mermaid and Eric and the dinosaurs and whoever else was in that big group, the Muppets. I mean, that it would have been a stellar lineup without the Ninja Turtles, and then that just pushes it over the edge.
Yeah.
It's a cascade of nostalgia at that point.
And we did 2 very recent attractions. So now it's time to go way back.
Yeah.
23 years.
We did it. We covered things from this decade.
No, 33 years. What am I saying?
Now we're back on our shit. Back to the 90s. Before we do that, though, we're cozy in our Christmas sweaters and Christmas caps. I also threw out if you guys wanted to provide any sort of holiday snack. Not to the listeners, obviously.
No.
Although, you know what? Let's curate it. You can get whatever you want at home. Jason has selected something, and you could go buy this and follow along with us. So you're experiencing what we're experiencing clip-wise and taste-wise. And I believe you brought something that came up in a Second Gate recently, the one, the normal Today Show episode that we did, Today Cafe.
These are Goldfish limited edition Elf. It's the 20th anniversary of Elf. Right now, these are maple syrup grams. And
wow, okay.
the thing is, these taste pretty good if you like maple. But I ate about 6 of them, and I have not been able to stop smelling maple on my hands.
Oh, so you're saying it permanently
20
stains your
minutes.
hands with maple?
Yeah, you really got to scrub your hands.
Well,
So
I did notice,
everyone-
but we started recording, or before we started recording, you reached into the bag and got some snacks, and then were licking your fingers immediately after.
Well, I was trying to get it off.
That was less about savoring the taste and more about
I was trying
I have electronics to operate.
Yeah.
So we're all screwed then. All right, you know what? Maybe I'll take mine with my left hand.
Yeah.
I will leave a clean hand for laptop.
I don't want this. Now I don't want these.
I'm scared now.
We can
turned
take
me off to
a
them.
bathroom break to scrub our little grabbers.
Oh my God, Jason calling our hands our grabbers too. It's a real creepy
Please,
Christmas
butts
so
are
far.
seats and hands are little grabbers.
Little grabbers.
The way I'd been eating these at home was I was pouring them into a rocks glass and then drinking them essentially. And then I would
by
forget.
drinking, I see. You drank the crack. You drank the anniversary goldfish dessert crackers. Baked graham snacks celebrating a classic holiday film.
Wow.
Wait, when did Elf come out?
He said it's 20 years.
20 years ago. Winter 2003.
It was 2003, not 2002?
I don't know.
Wait, let's see. Oh wait, I think maybe you're right. Okay, I want to make sure they were.
They're not
going
to put out Goldfish limited edition crackers unless it's a 20th anniversary. Okay,
or Hallmark cards.
Yeah,
do it
they're
for
not
a
doing it on the
21st. Who gives it? We're all dead. Elf is dead to us at 21.
Yeah,
but
who
at
gives
20,
a shit?
We love it. All right, you know what? I'm gonna pop these. I'll weigh in on these. Now that I know the risks of eating them, I'll do it mid clip, and I'll try to do it away from the mic. So, anyways, we're going to micro target focus. On this moment.
Do you want my
special? Oh wait! Oh, there's another snack I didn't realize. Oh my God! I'm starting to neglect.
Christmas Crunch.
Family size.
So matter of fact.
Captain Crunch's Christmas Crunch. Wow, He's in a scarf. There's fun holiday shapes. What do we got there? We got trees. We got hats. This is quite festive. I'm really excited.
So I got bowls here. We got the whole thing ready to go.
Where can listeners find these particular snacks? Are they at your local Target or CVS or something, or must they consult Deal Vibes to attract
I did not
snacks?
get any Deal Vibes things that I could quickly procure. So I think these are just normally at a Target. This is a family size. That was the only option. If we want to just rip through this family size box over the next hour and a half, that's fine. We can. It seems like a lot, but I don't know. Luckily, we'll have plastic spoons here, so we don't have to get the Christmas Crunch stained on our little grabbers. So that's good.
I was okay so far, but the grabbers were not so active. I would say I tried to go for the palm, and my palm. No, I smell a little bit. I smell a little on the palm.
Yeah, might also be the open bag. Mike, don't forget your maple.
There's going to be. Hold on. I'm scared of the maple now because I don't want. I feel like dogs in the neighborhood are going to chase me.
It's a good thing this is our last one for the year, because if you get mauled right after we record this, it'll be tougher to keep
this
going.
This is vitamin D milk too, so we'll be getting rich vitamins, nutritious vitamins.
Do you want to? Camera wise, are you being blocked by the box, and are maybe you comfortable being blocked?
I don't
by
know,
the box?
Brett. Am I being blocked by this Christmas Crunch box?
Oh no!
Oh no!
We gotta adjust the camera for it. All right, we gotta widen it. Our thanks to Brett Boehm at Forever Dog and everybody at Forever Dog, especially for getting a video one going here. Is this all stuff that we leave in?
I was gonna say we could end up
pop it!
canceling.
Hey, it's Brett, everybody. Brett's here.
We could leave it in. We could not leave it in.
See how it plays.
It's up to us, I suppose.
Yeah. Leave some, cut some. Well, you know what? You distribute your spoons and all. Well, here, we'll cut this. We'll come back with some clips.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, we're back. We have our bowls. These are so much fun. I'll try to tip it toward the camera. Look how much fun it's not just the boring yellowish beige of typical Captain Crunch.
Right. So it's not the normal Crunch berries with blue and purple. It's red and green.
Yeah. So this is great. We're doing something the listeners hate, which is eating on microphone. Maybe I won't touch it again for a minute. And we're gonna do some clips. Something else people might hate because it's audio. We'll make it work for audio too. It'll be fine. Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
I just spooned out one of these goldfish, and the maple the smell is insane.
Boy,
it is like a Yankee Candle.
It is, yeah. It is like a candle store at the mall during Christmas time.
Rolled away from the mic
Only
so I
like
could eat Christmas crunch.
Condensed into one goldfish, and I'll eat it without touching my little grabbers.
Wow. It smells a little crazy when you spooned out the fish.
It's like, oh my God. Did you eat a whole bag of these before?
I haven't finished the first bag yet. You see, I did a Target pickup and they duplicated some of the stuff. So I ended up with like 2 razors, 2 chocolate chip cookies, 2 Elf
Whoa,
things,
and a partridge in a pear tree?
2 Lemmy Rinse.
2 what?
Oh, Lemmy Rinse. It's it's a dishwasher. You put it in with the soap, the detergent powder, if you have hard water, and it helps not get white stains.
It's called Lemmy Rinse?
It's called Lemmy Rinse. There's a whole line of Lemmy
Really?
Rinse.
Okay. Maybe we need that.
Is there a cute character or anything, or is it just pretty functional?
No, unfortunately not.
Bullshit.
Or at least that I can say.
Well, Lemmy Rinse, you're
I'll
banned from the
double-check.
show. You
Yeah,
don't
no more
qualify
discussion
for
about
more discussion. All right, let's get into this moment, this performance that we like so much. And by the way, as with many great things that we talk about and are aware of on the show, I want to thank Doug Jones for bringing this to our attention. We're using the clip of it that he pulled for Everything Is Terrible and on his channel, Oh My 80s. So thanks, Doug. Merry Christmas to you. So to set the scene a little bit, this is from the 1990 Walt Disney World Very Merry Christmas parade. Some of the other things happening on that particular parade, Urkel gets a special sneak preview of Splash Mountain. Jeffrey Katzenberg, a young, on the way up, Jeffrey Katzenberg introduces a preview of The Rescuers Down Under. Lee Greenwood sings a tribute to our soldiers in the Gulf.
Okay.
We get a little behind-the-scenes preview of the Super Bowl halftime show for that year, which is being produced by Disney. They did like a It's a Small World themed halftime show, culminating in a performance by New Kids on the Block.
Do they do the song, or do they do their own songs?
I think I'd have to watch. We got to watch it. This has occurred to me as something we should maybe. Actually, listeners have said maybe tackling the Super Bowl halftime shows that were produced by the Walt Disney Company might be a fun thing to do.
I agree.
Super Bowl week. So we'll talk about that. Now, as with many Disney holiday specials, of course, you've got Joan London and you've got Regis Philbin, who you think of as the ultimate Disney parade host. But he's not the host. He's not up in the booth. He's relegated to like man on the street bits, really stealing the show, I would say, to where it's like clear in the near future they're going to have to make a change, make Regis the main guy. And I feel like nobody else really. They tried to go down a generation. Melissa Joan Hart and Ben Savage, and I think the audience spit it out.
They revolted.
Yeah. Like 2 mapley of goldfish grams.
I will not be eating another goldfish.
Oh,
Yeah, the 2 might be. My maple intake for the day is maybe set. But anyway, why is Regis not hosting this thing? Well, there's somebody occupying the chair who's occupied the chair for a couple years up to that point. And that is Alan Thicke. Alan Thicke, you probably know best as the dad Jason Seaver, I believe, on the late 80s ABC sitcom Growing Pains, a Canadian performer. You might also know him as the father of Robin Thicke, who was on The Masked Singer. He was on the Disney Christmas special this very year, in fact. So there is still a thick presence at Disney. There's a very thick presence for the Disney holiday specials to this day.
He's saying an altered version of his popular song. It's called Duck. Wait, fuck! I forgot the joke I was gonna make.
I'm so curious. Can we get there?
Blurred,
If it's blurred lines,
a blurred lines joke.
Duck line. I was gonna say duck lines, and he's surrounded by all the ducks.
Duck lines.
Duck. I thought it was
You mean like
better.
when ducks walk in a line?
Well, like, yeah. So it's like Donald, Daisy, Huey, Dewey, Louie.
It's not you weren't going for turd lines like a bunch of real ducks in the park all left turds on the ground,
good.
and he's following with a broom and cleaning them up.
Here's another.
That's more thoughtful.
Here's another one that Disney would not allow. A little joke about the theme parks: long lines.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Well, they don't
I
hear
hate
lines
these
at
long
all.
lines.
Mhm.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't refer to it. I think the whole calling them queues is a workaround for even having to think of them that way.
Yeah.
Sorry, I do have to correct myself. The company is called Lemmy Shine. I was using the rinse. Lemmy Shine rinse. So if you have hard water out there, look into Lemmy Shine. New sponsor of podcast.
You have
I'm just kidding.
No, unofficial.
code?
Unofficial.
Sometimes there's unpaid sponsors.
Coupon code Sheridan20 for 20% off. It goes right to your account.
Every time you use it, I get $20.
I was wondering why you brought it up. I get it now. Okay. You just get an extra one when you go to Target. That's the perk.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
just keep getting
two. My water could be twice as hard and it would work. So anyway, just a little reminder about Alan Thicke, and he's like, he's this very like kind of like a cheesy, like cocky kind of like born to be on TV kind of fella. Very dad energy, usually clad in sweaters and kind of like 80s puffy hair. Looks a lot like my father at the time. And he's mainly up in the booth tossing out one-liners. Very dad joke. I'd say his style is very dad joke.
Right.
It's a dad vibe. And I think he's he's around 40 at this time. Not sure the exact age. But anyway, there's a break in the broadcast. They go back to the booth, and he's missing. And unfortunately, it's not. Regis doesn't rush in to fill the empty chair. Yeah. Not yet. We find out very quickly why he's missing. Let's go to the first clip, Brett. Alan Ninja Turtles 1 to see how this thing kicked off.
And I'm afraid I'm all alone right now. Alan Thicke has temporarily disappeared, but I suspect he might reappear where we least expect him very, very soon, because we've got a great show planned for the remainder of the morning. In fact, right now, I think I hear some familiar dudes rolling in on Main Street, USA.
That's where I would
let's
least
go down and see
expect
what all
him
the
to be with
commotion's
dudes.
about.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Cowabunga, it looks like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and look who's joined the party.
See a familiar van.
They're in the party wagon. They're in the turtle van.
Wow.
It looks a little different than I remember it.
Oh, it's decorated for Christmas. There's
That's
a snowman on
you're
top.
right, you're right.
That's why. There we go.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Yeah, the dude's all around, man.
April is there too.
April's just minding
hanging
the
around.
car. She doesn't get to be part of it.
Right.
He's making the list, man. He's checking it twice.
No one
He knows
definitely
who's
did.
cool, who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. That's a fact, Jack. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you eat your pizza. He sees you in the street. He knows if you've been bad or cool. So be good and keep it neat.
Keep it.
You better watch out, dude. I'm talking about your mood. You better not shout, don't pout,
Freak out. I know that like the back of my head. That's right up there with the Splash Mountain. Well, you know it is a thrill when you go down.
Yeah.
Zip. That got some viral love a couple years ago, and I just want to make sure that this one is getting its proper due, because and I need to get it out of my brain because it'll be there forever. Mm-hmm. You better not shout, don't pout, freak out. So what else to say for people just listening? I mean, you're getting a lot of martial arts influenced dancing, a lot of kicks involved. I think they're doing great. The suits are a very like pleasant, cartoony variety of turtle suits, I would say. It's like it's the cartoon version.
Yeah, more so. I mean, there were so many different suits around this time. They were not on the same page maybe with what the turtles should look like in real life. Obviously, the Jim Henson suits from the first two movies were expensive and perhaps not worth traveling down to Disney World and break them and then not be able to
They're for
use
the
them
movies. These have to be functional and out on the streets, meeting the folks.
But then there's also the couple different suits they use for the Coming Out of Our Shells tour, which are a little like better than that, but and also creepier than that.
You have the possibility that the mouths like get stuck. So if you just decide that you're going to have mouths that don't move at all, then maybe you're covered.
Yeah.
There was an auction I saw a few years ago of the Leonardo costume for the third Turtles movie. And due to its rotting nature, the mouth was slowly peeling back and the teeth would just look bigger and bigger.
Oh, those teeth. That's always that's kind of a choice that has to be made about physical manifestations of the Turtles. Is how
They have
toothy
teeth,
do you go?
And they're very toothy if you were to take away the skin on their like beaks, their snoots. You can see their full big teeth.
I find it impossible to call these snoots.
Turtles have snoots, don't you think?
I guess so. Look, I struggle with snoot to begin with as opposed to snout, but doesn't that you have to have the little nose, don't you? I don't know if these are snoots.
Well,
More
what is
like
the
a
technical...
nubbin.
A nubbin?
A nubbin.
You know, does that work?
I know what it is. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's a cute word.
A nub.
A nub. The turtle's nub. They
How do you
smell out of their
spell
nub.
nubbin?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Nubbin.
Nubbin, N-U-B-B-I-N.
N-U...
I don't think a nubbin is what like people call a nose.
I mean, no, I'm saying, but it looks like a little, like, did
Well, when I looked it up, it's nubbin, additional nipple occurring in mammals, third
Yeah.
nipple. Now, all right, now
I
you have
always
some
just
things
heard
to
it as
answer
like
for.
a little nub, a little bump.
I think you were trying to discreetly. You're slipping in your product placements, and you're slipping in
Slipping in
that
my
the Ninja
nipple
Turtles
synonyms.
have third
Yeah.
nipples. And in England, a nubbin is a word that I won't say in front of.
Oh, okay.
In front of easily bodied out parties.
Oh, nice.
But you look up snoot, and the definition of snoot is a person's nose. So that is a pretty
person?
wide-ranging.
We all have snoots.
That's what it says. It says, and then here's an example: a remark that might warrant a good smack in the snoot. So,
Does anyone here have? We all have snoots. Does anyone here have a nubbin? Confess to the audience. Do you have a nubbin?
Well, I'm
under
not,
these sweaters.
I don't have mutant in my name, you know? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they could have any
Jason's
number
not
of
answering the
nubbins.
question. He's not answering.
Deflecting.
Actually.
All right, my whole back's covered in nipples.
Yeah,
Fine.
all right, it's out. That's for Patreon only.
Yeah.
The other thing to mention visually is the manner in which Alan is dressed. Leather jacket, sunglasses, red shirt. He himself, it's not quite martial arts, but just kind of a lot of fist pumps and points and looking cool. It's in my head, it's always like, was he trying to be the Terminator? Is that what it is? But then I think I saw it somewhere else point out, oh, maybe he's trying to look like Michael Knight from Knight Rider.
Those were the two things I thought.
Okay,
It was
okay.
Michael Knight or it was the Terminator. Yeah,
Either
I want to
way,
be
cool.
the Terminator. I want to look like the Terminator. Can you help me
Can
out?
you give me a little Terminator? Give me a little. Give me some term. That's the shorten it. I'm familiar with that term. So he looks cool. Great new lyrics. Great new rap lyrics.
Yeah.
Which
They've improved on the original.
I think genuinely so, because I have kind of a bone to pick with this song this year, because I put on the Beach Boys version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town with my son in the car and just played it, didn't think about it anymore, then looked back when we were done with the drive, and he is like about to just burst into tears.
Wow,
and
really?
I think what came out of his mouth, I think it was like, Santa says don't cry. And then he cried and cried and cried. Basically, the song is that Santa is watching you, so don't cry. And we had already communicated to him that crying is a great way to express yourself and work through your feelings.
Right.
Yeah.
And now a song is telling him that Santa says no, no, no.
Right. You
It's
better
kind
watch
of a
out. You
bad
better not
message.
cry.
Yeah.
And he's listening very intently, I guess, to the lyrics.
Yes. Yeah. More than
absorbing it.
Yeah. Because these are like instructions.
Yeah.
He's hearing this for the first. That's like a PSA. That's like the president came on the radio,
Right.
and issued this to him: "Do not pout.
He's
Listen,
like,
3-year-olds, don't ever pout."
he's got like a notepad out. He's like, all right, I'm going to take a note to myself what I'm doing to get my presents this year. All right. What did the Beach Boys say? What?
Yeah. Yeah, his newly favorite band. That's working out spectacularly for me. By the way, for him, I don't know if it'll make him so relatable.
Oh, it's apparently making him sob uncontrollably.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
that was a bad meeting of Beach Boys and my son.
Wow.
So yeah, well, luckily Santa wrote him a letter and said it is okay to cry.
Okay.
And you're a good boy, and you'll get plenty of presents. I'm gonna cry talking about this very kind letter that we
Santa
got.
sent.
That Santa sent to correct. Like that was Brian Wilson singing a made up song that means that is not an official statement from Santa Claus.
Did Santa
from my
get
perspective?
Did Santa get that in the mail that night, or was it like later? Maybe.
I think it took a few days.
Okay.
And, had to find the right stationery.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What am I saying? I'm saying Santa
had
had to
to
find
do
the
it,
right
yeah.
stationery.
Yeah. Was he? Have you shown him this one? Because I feel like if I was a little kid and really processing, I don't think I honed in on the phrase "be good and keep it neat."
Be good and keep it neat.
What does that mean?
It's a little softer, I'd say, than be good for goodness sake. Keep it neat's cool. That's,
be good for goodness sake feels like an exasperated mother.
Yeah.
Like, be good for goodness sake. Oh my God.
Sake. And that's the most that the mother is willing to swear.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, no, I think it softens it. Wait, I'm missing one of the lines. You better watch out, dude. I'm talking about your mood. They don't say don't cry.
Yeah, they don't. That's true.
So it solves my problem. It's a cool rap. It doesn't say this thing that made my son cry. And Alan Thicke's bringing the heat. Let's see a little bit more.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming. The dudes all around. Santa Claus is coming. He's back in town. You better not shout, don't pout, freak out. You better not cry because Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is back in town.
Almost pick him up, but don't.
Yeah, he just leans back slightly.
Yeah.
They support. It's a quarter of a trust fall.
Yeah. April's got her camera out now, and she's crouched. She's like taking a video
Yeah,
of them.
sometimes they go to her perspective. Also, the camera's doing a lot of like spinning around and tilted. It's great. Actually, it's so much. I think they did it like they just told every camera spin and spin. It's great. It's energy. I like the arrangement. I think it's in keeping with the character of the theme song of the show. Like, doesn't it feel like completely in the musical, the sound font, a word I just learned.
Yes.
It's in the sound font of the theme song.
The high energy, sort of the rapid lyrics.
But then kind of the orchestral,
Dun, dun,
which,
dun,
you're a little bit in like
dun.
James Bond territory.
Like stepping down, half steps down in the song.
I don't think there's anything. Sometimes you will see these things that like miss the character of the property.
Yeah.
I think this is right on the money. I got no complaints here. This is on brand.
Well, I mean, growing up, it was sort of a mixed bag sometimes if you would get real world like versions that were accurate, like Mario, for instance, of course, the movie, which left everybody confused and upset. A lot of us upset.
Or this was a second gate, right, where we talked about Mr. Belvedere's.
Yes.
Which is a little, I love it, but it's a little, oh yes, don't mess around with me.
He's playing, Mr. Belvedere was playing King Koopa.
Yeah.
In an Ice Capades show.
Hamaraba!
Yeah, which is
Koopa Paratroopa!
Oh, right. And Luigi had a cannon.
Yeah. They all
He had a
explode
gun.
the Koopas.
Yes. Now that was
so great.
more accurate than the movie. At
Yes,
least.
it was much
It was-
closer
it felt
and
more
closer
like-
to the spirit of the eventual of the movie from this year. When the hell did that movie come out? That was this year, right?
Was it this year? Yeah, probably.
Boy, hard to remember.
So this the turtle van looks like the turtle van. I mean, they never had like a turtle van in the first three movies.
Yeah.
So there was still like the iconography from the cartoon and the comics that I wanted in the movies. But yeah, we're seeing it here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So-
it's April.
She
in
never
the
wore the
jumpsuit.
yellow jumpsuit in the movies either.
That's right. Wow.
We didn't get some of that
this
iconic
is-
stuff.
This is the truest live action version of the Ninja Turtles, possibly.
I think so.
then.
Yeah, April's not wearing the yellow jumpsuit in the Shells tour either.
Wow.
So this is like one of the only live action.
They got it right. It's
Yeah.
really all about what we're learning in general. It's all about either shades of yellow or being careful about shades of yellow that are not accurate.
Right.
the turtles have to mind their yellows
Exactly,
to be
yes.
on the money or not.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it takes a leap by adding Alan Thicke dressed like Michael Knight, but I think it improves it. I wish he was in. They should have added him to the movies after this too.
I think, well, as I've said this on the show before, I wish that so many movies that we liked when we were kids like had the Land Before Time style 10 sequels.
Yeah, sure.
Because then that gives you room for a Turtles direct to, which maybe we'll talk about things that were direct to VHS for Turtles, but Turtles meet up with Alan Thicke in a movie. And there's less pressure on it to perform at the box office. It's just a VHS you could go get at the library.
You keep it cheap, and well, and all the money goes to him and his songwriting royalties.
Yeah, and he could.
That's where you put the.
It could be a full musical. It could have been a full, thick musical with the Turtles. This is the type of thing I'm maybe happy about AI creating in the next 50 years. If you could put into a prompt, Ninja Turtles movie released in 1993, starring Alan Thicke with original songs in the style of Alan Thicke, and you could pump out something that felt right, it's a pretty good argument for AI, I think.
It's not taking a job away from anyone necessarily, because how is this ever going to exist?
Exactly.
Besides, yeah, that's true. So it's not. You're saying it's not the future of entertainment; it's the future of past entertainment.
Yes, like Back to the Future, but they meet Alan Thicke. Back to the Future 7, released in 1995, starring Alan Thicke, Michael J. Fox, and Christopher Lloyd.
Wow. Is he a character or is he just himself?
He's himself.
You know what?
He's Napoleon. They travel back and they meet Napoleon, played by Alan Thicke, and then they have to fix a problem or something.
Whoa, what's this fancy space carriage we got? I don't know. What be this devilry?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Can you help in my war efforts?
And in the AI, you have to specify, this movie is bad.
This movie is bad.
Please make a terrible movie.
Make sure it's bad. And
1995 Alan Thicke Napoleon raps.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's a good.
And the AI is like, I'm sorry, you're saying that would be bad?
Worse than Bullworth rap.
Yeah, if we could, maybe that's a fun online X prompt. Which put in your series of words you want.
Wow.
Of a directed VHS sequel of a popular movie with. It doesn't have to be Alan Thicke, but you can add anyone you want.
Batman Forever 2. More Chase Meridian, and neckline goes down 5% more.
Okay.
Not anything
Nothing
risque.
crazy.
Yeah. Don't go nuts, AI. Don't be dirty here.
Right. Yes, that's great. Yeah. Stuff like that is what we want.
Well, I think that there's a way in this episode that we can kind of fuzz together these things and make it feel like there was more Alan Thicke Ninja Turtles.
Sure.
Granted, this is via separate pieces, but I think all told, it'll end up feeling like we got to experience a bunch more of them. And I'll tell you why. At this point in the show, you might be wondering, how is there going to be an entire episode out of this one performance? And of course, there is a plan. We have a plan. What we're going to do now is figure out how we got to this point by looking both forward and backward and analyzing the separate discographies of both artists involved in this great performance. Both the Ninja Turtles, the brothers, as I can't stop calling them now.
They're the four, yeah.
And Alan Thicke. We're going to view their separate musical bodies of work and discover how they were able to come together for this great Christmas moment.
Right.
So we're gonna bounce back and forth a little bit. We've got some Turtle clips and we've got some Alan Thicke clips. Full disclosure. This is a PhD thesis that I have been wanting to deliver for years now. I think we were close to doing it last year.
Yeah.
And then we had to celebrate Avatar. It was a Way of Water season. It was Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, but does anyone even remember a character name for that movie?
A character made more money in 2023 alone than Disney's other movies.
That's true.
Almost everything else they released. Okay, so now I gotta contain myself. I have to calm down as I finally get to go into this. The the Alan Thicke discography. Do you guys feel like you've seen any of what I'm about to show, or can you not place any other Alan Thicke musical number?
I know a little bit, but I really don't actually know a lot.
Okay, great. I'm so excited to educate you because if you enjoy that, if you enjoy that Santa Claus performance, and it's there's a lack of irony there. I think there's a sincerity. There is just diving in. Alan Thicke is a comedian and a comedic actor who has musical abilities. He was a songwriter. I'll get into that a little bit, but I think a lot of comedians feel like they have to okay, I want to sing and stuff, but I got to couch that in a little bit. I have to seem removed or like it's a little bit funny or something. Not Alan Thicke. He just dives in full throttle. I'm a singer-songwriter. You're going to love it. You're going to be entertained. I'm going to dazzle you. And I think it's something that we need a little bit more of. I think you're seeing the lines get... Ironically, yes, I am heading towards the statement. Blurred? I think the lines are getting maybe blurred again by the fact that Jimmy Fallon this year has a not comedy Christmas song with Meghan Trainor.
Right, yeah.
But that said, that's not so much to my liking. My Meghan Trainor thoughts have been said on the show. I guess my Jimmy Fallon thoughts have been said before on the show. But I guess I like it as I'm like, okay, we're heading somewhere good here. Yeah. That the host of the Tonight Show is just making not comedy music.
And it's not the socially accepted show tunes track that Neil Patrick Harris or Seth MacFarlane.
You're right. That is except why do we? Yes. What are those again? These blurred lines. I hate these blurred lines.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. Why do we allow crooning? Is it maybe that just harkens back to like Rat Pack era where that was the deal. You sang in that style, and then you'd be in a sloppy comedy sketch as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, prompt AI, the AI prompt, Jay Leno, 1996 Christmas album of original songs.
Oh man,
sings "Baby It's Cold Outside."
No original, all original songs.
Oh, I thought he was going to sing it to like a Studebaker or something.
That can be your AI prompt.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's my Santa is a Studebaker.
All the Tonight Show
it's its own. Its reindeer is its gas tank. Is that what Jay Leno's singing would sound like?
Yeah,
that's a hard prompt to do. Only I could do it.
Right. And
cracked engine block on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think do any of those cars? Does he have to deal with hard water on any of his cars?
Oh, good.
Well, you got to watch out for that mineral buildup. It's harmless on dishes, but it leaves unsightly white stains.
Probably applies to a car. It's somewhere.
Well, he should use Lemmy
Shine.
Lemmy Shine. Sorry,
you, Mr.
Sheridan
Leno,
20.
need Lemmy Shine.
Sheridan 20.
Okay, so that's the thing. Alan Thicke does kind of come from this tradition. He's like a variety show guy. Did you know, Mike, that one of his first jobs was writing for a Paul Lynde special?
I actually did not know that.
I only recently found that out. Actually, he was on a podcast that you like a lot. I know, the Gilbert Gottfried podcast, and he talks about some of the things we're going to talk about.
I haven't heard that one either.
He talks about Paul Lynde. Gilbert has some questions and accusations of Mr. Lynde that are...
there's been some stories that paint Paul Lynde as a terrible person on the Gilbert Gottfried podcast.
I won't go into those now.
Sure.
He's fishing with Alan. Alan gives him nothing. But I do feel like Alan is I don't want to like lure you away from... I know Paul Lynde is your true love in this area.
Sure.
But I do think that Thicke brings Paul Lindism into the 80s in a big way.
Yeah.
In terms of this sincerity and like, is it funny? Is it legit good? Is it hokey? What is the level on which I'm enjoying this? All I know is I'm enjoying it a lot. So a kind of known fact about Alan Thicke, before he was known as a TV performer, he wrote for Norman Lear shows, and then Mr. Lear just passed away, and he employed him to write some theme songs. Alan Thicke wrote the theme songs to Different Strokes and Facts of Life. So that's pretty major pedigree. Those are iconic songs. So as he gets this like sitcom stardom from Growing Pains, he's asked to host things, and you really get the feeling that on day one, he's like, Well, I could sing. I'd love to sing something. In fact, I'll do you one better. I'd love to write you something. Can I write you something? I wrote Facts of Life, So there's all of these things that have original Alan Thicke songs, which again is, do your covers or whatever. But originality is what we want, because really that's where you get like the true essence of the person. And with all that said, I am so excited to share. Brett, can you pull up? Oh, I'm excited to ask for you to pull up the clip. Sweaty and Hot 1. So this is from one of the great events ever televised, the 1988 Crystal Light National Aerobics Championship. Alan was the host of an aerobics championship. This entire event is 80s to the power of 80s. It's so bonkers. It's spandex unitards and pink and purple and turquoise and zebra print. And the set is like neon trapezoids. It's so good. This special is kind of known. It's like there's viral clips from it in its own fashion. I recommend watching any of it, all of it. But this special was the basis of a Key and Peele sketch called Aerobics Meltdown, where Clint Howard is putting up cue cards that telling these aerobics people that your wife and child are in the hospital, but Key has to keep doing aerobics, which is a great sketch. I actually hadn't seen it really till recently, but Alan Thicke hosted the thing, opening monologue with like all aerobics oriented jokes, like the dinosaurs had two basic food groups, men and women. I'm sorry, wait, I didn't explain the lead up. I should have said the lead up first. Why dinosaurs came into the picture. All right, here's a joke. Jogging began when the caveman spotted his first dinosaur. Sprinting began when the dinosaur spotted his first caveman. Then the follow-up. Dinosaurs had two basic food groups, men and women.
Okay.
So you're getting thick one-liners, but then more than halfway into the special, almost like they were trying to bury it or something, there is a big musical number where he's surrounded by aerobics dancers, and he does this original song, Sweaty and Hot.
Here's Alan Thicke.
Said my mind was what you wanted, so turned you on. Things going on in my head.
Like a cool windbreaker.
Pop scholar.
Big humps, the way they bought it. But what you saw in me was something unique, sensitive, intellect. But now you met some new guy at the gym.
Schwarzenegger neck.
He's been getting fresh. Don't you let him ready or not. I'm coming, baby. I've got some muscle for you. Sweaty and hot. I'm pumping iron, and when I'm done, you're gonna beg me to have some big time fun, oh darling. I work my body out just for you.
And he's just kind of like stepping back and forth while the aerobics people do the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
He's up on a platform.
I know I'm not still 24, but I have held my nights, and I'll have plenty more.
Here comes the big one.
Spectacular, cardiovascular, ready or not, I'm coming.
What do we think, gang?
Cardiovascular.
Spectacular. Cardiovascular, ready or not. I love the song. If this was available on every karaoke machine, I would never do another song. I'd be sweaty and hot every time. This aerobics love song. But what do you guys think?
I mean, his outfit, let's deconstruct all of it. He's got like a cool windbreaker on, collar popped, sleeves rolled up, gray slacks, and then puffy white sneakers.
Yeah.
He really reminds me of my friend's dad growing up, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he really has, like, your dad just got up here and is singing a pop song.
Exactly. If my dad at 40 or 41 was just confident and like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, hey, the kids will love it.
Also, fashion being circular, going in cycles. This is all cyclical. This is all very cool again. It
I
would
would
cost
love-
thousands
I'd
of
wear that
dollars.
love
jacket.
this
to wear
jacket.
Yeah,
I
I'd
love
wear that
that
jacket,
Yeah,
sure.
it's almost like it's not as far as it's like a like one step down from Vanilla Ice, Andrew Dice Clay. If
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
big in the shoulders. But although I'd like that too. I'd wear an Andrew Dice Clay jacket. Would I pull it off? I don't think so. Does Alan pull this off? I don't. It's like he shouldn't, but he just charges in with confidence.
What's interesting about this performance and this song is you're seeing more vulnerability from him than I'm used to.
Oh, because he's admitting that he's like, I'm a thinking man, and I don't have the Schwarzenegger neck.
He's saying, and look, let me try to clean this up. He's saying he can't bone like a 24-year-old anymore. But he still
It is all a metaphor for that. Yeah,
he
yeah.
still has good nights.
Mhm.
And a lot of them ahead.
And I'll have plenty more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even in his performance, I feel there's a vulnerability, whether he's meaning to do it or not. He looks, if you watch the video, he like seems like he's like, you can see his like bashfulness, his shyness.
Yeah.
It's not full on cocky like he comes off in almost every interview where he seems like Will Ferrell's Robert Goulet or something.
He is like that. Absolutely.
I haven't even warmed up the pipes.
God,
Like-
I've been like, there's been something. I mean, I've been thinking he's a little Troy McClure.
Yeah.
But then that doesn't like satisfy the smooths because he's a
Right.
little more laid back than Troy.
Like Robert Goulet Alan Thicke was more like Will Ferrell's Robert Goulet than Robert Goulet was.
Than actual Robert. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to confirm, 'cause it's been a while since I've seen it, the premise of Growing Pains was that the parents were a little ex-hippies, a little crunchy, and Kirk Cameron was a Republican.
No,
as
this
the
is
son.
Family Ties.
Yeah,
That's
and that's
Family
Michael J.
Ties.
Fox.
The
Okay.
premise of Growing Pains is not something that I know because I don't care. I only care about Alan Thicke's musical
Oh,
numbers.
okay, great.
I literally know nothing. I know it launched Leonardo DiCaprio. He was their cousin Oliver. Let's, Brett, can we pull up Sweaty and Hot 2, in which there's a little like bridge breakdown part. If you thought he was vulnerable before,
Here we go.
here we see he gets real soft.
Real soft.
I've been working on my deltoid. I got my biceps up real good. I have the cutest little gluteus.
Oh my gosh. I've got the cutest little gluteus.
I got the cutest little gluteus, and for the listener, he's like he's making these coy eyes. He's like bouncing back and forth. I got the cutest little gluteus. I no concern with is this good or cool. I don't know.
He thinks that's cool. I mean, I think he thinks it's funny and cool.
I think so, and I think he thinks that the songwriting is very clever. Something I think about a lot of what I'll play here. There's like a Christopher Guest sort of thing about it, or like. Often he's doing these songs that are like what Martin Short makes fun of.
Yes.
Where like it's almost like it doesn't exist in reality so much. These kind of like showbiz hams with these like overly written, how clever my lyrics are. And that's like exactly what he did.
Yes, but then it's like couched because it wouldn't be as. I bet you wouldn't like it nearly as much if it wasn't couched in the production of the 80s.
Oh yeah, that's, you know what, I think that is like, yeah, this same sensibility in the 60s or whatever. I don't care. There's parts of this that I think are like legit good. We'll hear one later that I'm like, yes, that is completely my musical taste. Alan,
Right.
you have nailed it.
Is that one he also just lists off various muscles?
Yeah, what did he miss? I don't hear a lot
all
about
of his songs
calves or-
after this point were very muscle based.
Yeah, I'm working on a 7-pack.
Yeah. My quads hurt today. Worked them too hard last night.
Let's see a little finale if we could, Brett. Let's go to Sweaty and Hot 3 just to make sure we close it out. And here he's kind of, you can tell he's like getting winded. He's like, he doesn't have it like these aerobics folks do.
How old is he? 40 or so?
I
Here?
think 40 or so.
Yeah. This gives me hope, by the way. As
you head into the age, yeah. That you could be a Thick.
Yeah, I think so.
It's what I want to be. It's what I'm actively seeking to be.
I'll be a toned up suntan guy. I'll have Jane Fonda's bod. Working out just for you. Ready or not.
At the end.
collapses.
My.
He collapses to flirt with some of the backup dancers. Let's be honest.
Can I collapse on you? You mind if I need to do the collapse gag? You mind?
Yeah.
This guy, he got around for sure. Robin tells a story about like waking up one morning, going downstairs to the kitchen, and then Gloria Steinem is in the house. He went out with Gloria Steinem.
Wow.
I think
He also, by the way, when Robin's music was blowing up, isn't it? By the way, now that we've seen this, isn't it insane that he had a son that people considered like sexy and cool for at least a brief time?
you're just saying the chances of it happening after you see this performance, you would say, oh, this is kind of low.
You just think like the family wouldn't have it, maybe. That
Yeah,
there's an
yeah,
inherent
yeah.
cheesiness, which there is. Obviously, Robin Thicke, time has not been kind to that song
Yeah,
in
yeah.
multiple ways, but there was a minute where like, who's really cool and hot?
Sure.
Robin Thicke. And during that time, there was a soundbite where he had a song called Sex Therapy. I don't know that offhand, but Alan said, I love Robin's music. My wife and I play sex therapy while we're doing it.
It's a fucking weird
Really,
shit.
really weird. It's at least it wasn't his birth mother, so it's only half weird.
It's only half
It's just
really
a woman
disturbing.
whose husband is putting on her own stepson's music while they have
so
sex.
disturbing.
It's a little odd.
He he was furious about his son's, like, he was so jealous.
Because he got everything that he
Exactly, the full legitimacy. Yeah.
I had to be a clown. I had to clown around to please the
I
people.
was with the Ninja Turtles.
I couldn't just
Robin
flash
didn't have
my
to-
baby blues. And
Robin didn't have to be on some stupid variety show pretending to be excited about people in costumes.
he got
You
to
kidding
chase the
me?
models around. Emily, what's her name? the hottest babe in the game, and she was all his. Okay, so and then also, but he remains. That's the thing. He's very proud of this thing. I found an interview where he talked about this special. They said, let's talk a little about the song. He said, I was particularly proud of the song I wrote for that occasion, only because I think I'm the only person in history to have rhymed the word cardiovascular in a rock tempo song.
a rock tempo.
One of those rock tempo songs. You could do it slow, but try doing it fast. And do aerobics at the same time. Can't be done.
Wow.
So that's that. In the interest of giving equal time, fairness, I think we should bounce back and forth between Alan and his duet partners, the Ninja Turtles. And for this, we talk a little bit about this Ninja Turtles Christmas special. Can you tell us anything about that, Mike?
Well, it looks like there were a couple like just VHS released. I'm not actually sure if it aired anywhere. There's all this stuff that is just I've discovered this in the last couple of years, and it's viewed many thousands of times, so it's not like, oh my god,
obscure.
I uncovered it or anything.
Yeah.
But there's something called like Turtle Tunes is one VHS. And
I don't know Turtle Tunes.
Yeah, I actually didn't know until I started looking back into the Turtle Christmas. But this is like a half-hour tape with original songs and twists on the old favorites. With
Like what? Like Rock Around the Clock?
I think a lot of maybe I'm
Rock Around the Shredder's Corpse.
I'm mixing up Turtle Tunes because Turtle Tunes is a lot of like just taking the melody from Farmer in the Dell and changing the lyrics.
The Farmer in the Dell, dude.
Yeah.
He totally plants totally awesome crops.
There's one in the other Turtles tunes where they're like on a carousel, and that's set to like Farmer in the Dell, but it's new lyrics about how much they like riding the carousel. But these are
like Skip to My Lou, dude.
These are like super cheap looking, rushed out VHS things, I'm sure, to capitalize on.
I was very confused. I thought I knew about some of these Turtles Christmas songs, but I thought they were from the stretch of the cheaper Saban TV show from later. But no, they're from '94, so they're between the movies and the much cheaper Saban show. They exist completely on their own. So I'm sorry, the tape is, I believe, We Wish You a Turtle Christmas.
Yes. And yeah, it's like I was trying to figure out if maybe like the Splinter costume was reused from the Coming Out of Our Shells tour.
From their live tour, yeah.
Which it looks similar. The turtle costumes themselves look similar, but I still think they're like different, but maybe I'm wrong. And yeah, these are quick tapes.
Yeah.
I guess in a way, like trying to like, have some turtle live action content after they stopped making the movies.
Right.
In 93.
Just keep something out there.
But they are they're bad, but there's enjoyable things about them.
Well, they didn't have Alan.
They didn't have Alan.
They should have hired me. You don't hire me and you get junk.
Yeah, I don't know if they could have afforded Alan necessarily, but it's an interesting.
You pony up that Facts of Life money and you get me.
Mm-hmm. There's so much turtle stuff around this time. Like, I'm shocked that I didn't have this because I was obsessed with turtles up until like a later than most of the average kid. Yeah. And when I say later, I mean until this age right now.
I was gonna say was.
But I mean, did I say this before? We found an old home movie where my mom is like, the camera's off. She thinks she's talking to a neighbor about how I don't know anything about sex and I'm not interested in any of that or like girls, but I'm still into those Ninja Turtle toys.
And how old are
when
you?
is this from?
Like 4th, 5th grade or something.
Well, shouldn't be.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
I don't know that you.
Well, sure, I hear you, but I mean, like,
is she reading she's reading headlines about like the kids today?
Yeah, she's not saying I should be into
the 4th graders
sex.
are doing it,
right?
But not my good boy.
She's probably saying, yeah, there's something. I don't know what the first part of that conversation was, but then it's like, oh yeah, he's not even into girls or anything. He's not into any of that. Mm-hmm. He's still into those. Like, I think she says he's still into those Ninja Turtle toys.
Well, I'm good. She got practice saying that sentence because she got to say it again, I assume up through like age 20.
No, longer probably.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what these were.
Wow.
There's even a thing we haven't, and there's no time to do it, but there's like this weird like video made by like some transit authority using similar suits, I think.
Whoa.
Like, there's just so many weird little things that popped up here and there with the turtles.
Let's keep going with turtles. We'll find more turtle stuff. What do you want to get a hit of here?
Oh, that's a good question.
We got some Christmas things. But you call your shot.
Maybe I'll just do this. This isn't necessarily Christmas, but they like made up a new theme song for these two videos. Brett, the stuff I sent you, Brett, the Turtles 1, if we could play that. And it's interesting. I wonder practically why they would not just use the original with the Chuck Lorre written original.
Because it's the logo.
And it is the logo.
They don't want to pay Chuck anymore.
If Chuck was maybe commanding a large fee or something, I don't know. But play it whenever. But it's like, yeah.
That's they had to explain that they're singing.
Yeah,
that's why they needed it.
I guess you're right. You're right. Good point.
Getting the origin story in here, kind of.
Yeah, making some real turtles be in some goo.
Yeah. This might be the coming out of our shows.
We laugh and sing and do our thing with the turtles.
You laugh?
They laugh.
That's interesting. I gotta find out more about these guys who laugh.
Oh. So yeah, that's the gist of it. Brett, if you could roll into the second clip, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think maybe Scott, you have this as well. So the voice acting on this one is very interesting too, because they lean heavily into the turtles are all like New Yorkers, which is really funny.
Yeah, you don't always.
But but this is a baffling first choice for this first song.
Oh boy.
And I don't know. Did you see this? Yeah.
Decorating a Christmas tree.
They're decorating a Christmas tree. They look scary. These are scary looking costumes.
Well, yeah. I was saying there's the possibility when you have open mouths, it's really possible that the mouths can just remain open.
Yeah.
And the gums are already receding on these teeth.
Yeah.
As
but they
they're
have
using them.
The rot you were describing on the auction item has begun as soon as these were built.
Pre-rotted.
They have gums. Yeah, the turtles have gums. So yeah, play this, and we'll see what decisions the people making this made.
Hey, kids, what do you think? Do we need more lights? We need more lights! They're coming,
You didn't give us time to answer.
Hey kids, we're the turtles!
Christmas song.
Take the holes with pepperoni.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Mustard, eggplant, and bologna.
There's so much teeth, listeners.
There's
The
so much
teeth are
turtle teeth.
nuts.
Yeah. They're like their mouths are chattering too, like a little like set of fake teeth. They're like whatever you call those. Yeah, it's enough. I mean, we don't need to. You get the gist. So this is the first thing in the whole special. So, yo, kids, we're decorating the Christmas tree. Whatever.
We got enough lights or no? Answer me.
Cut to Jamaican accent.
Yeah, man.
Reggae man.
Yeah, huh?
Adrian Brody's Reggae Man
Yes,
has made
right.
an appearance.
Maybe that's where Adrian Brody got it.
Yeah.
So that's the start of the special.
Wow.
And I don't know, yeah.
Nowhere to go but down from there.
Yeah, that's a pretty bold choice to start. And then, so.
Yeah, why? It's kind of unprompted. Why do you need to do Island Voices, Mon? Yeah,
that's not the song. That's not how the song is generally.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the start of the special.
I think my premise at the beginning was going to be that, like, you know, showing how these two titans both brought something different and great to the table. Yeah. But now I'm finding that because this happened after that performance, they needed Thicke was the fifth Beatle.
Yeah, yes, I think that's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, these songs are not on the level of Pizza Power or
the Fantastic coming out of our shells. Which
not,
were also done before.
Yes,
they were ruined after.
Yeah.
Why even try anymore? We'll never reach his level.
And there are better songs in the special than that, but
well, we'll get to, we'll build to what I think is the crown jewel of the song. But let me really prove the legitimacy of Mr. Thicke with this one. Let's ready the theme song of Alan Thicke's early 80s talk show, Thicke of the Night. If we can pull up Thicke of the Night
of course,
one.
Yeah.
So, we said a lot about how, like, he's corny, he's got a dad energy, he's not cool, he's not sexy. But important context for Alan Thicke in America is that he arrived on a wave of, there is a cool guy coming from Canada. He is going to hit the late night scene. He's going to rock your socks. And he's not old man Carson with his golf swing. This is a rock and roll talk show host. Get ready to meet this guy. This seems like kind of what the energy was before he came on the air. Already, like, everything's just late night. The Tonight Show. He's the first one bold enough to get his name in there. The brilliant pun or something, Thicke of the Night. He incorporates that very famous phrase we all use.
Yeah, of course.
How we'll always talk about, well, it's just, it's so late. I'm in the thick of the night.
It's like the humidity that Jason and I love so much. The thickness
Florida?
of night. Yeah.
That's how so when it's night in Florida and you're leaving Canoodle's piano bar or whatever. What is it called?
Jelly Rolls?
Jelly Rolls. Was there ever anything called something similar to Canoodles?
Canoodles on property at the Walt Disney Resort?
Down the walkway at the boardwalk, there was Spoodles.
That's what I'm thinking.
The Italian restaurant,
Right.
Spoodles.
Spoodles is not Canoodles. Canoodles is not
Mediterranean,
Jelly Rolls.
Italian. Yeah.
Anyways, that's when you're in the thick of the night. So Alan comes in with this wave and this hype. And, this guy might take Carson down. This was kind of the feeling at the time. And it starts with the song because we know Johnny's theme. That's all that we knew as what a talk show theme could be. Letterman's on at this point, but it's just kind of like generic blues rock, still instrumental. Alan is like, no, we are yanking the talk show theme into the 80s. We're doing it with vocals, my vocals. Here is the theme song to 1983's Thicke of the Night. None of this laid-back jazz. That's your dad's music. Dad's music had no keyboards.
The intro to this show, 2 minutes long.
I don't know the context of if they played that entire song or not. They should have.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm of two minds here. One, that is a very silly thing to do. That's a very silly meatheady vibe of the theme song of what ultimately is a show where, like, tonight we got conservative columnist Wally George is gonna. Richard Belzer joins us tonight. Like, I don't think the show justifies its own like grit, but so I feel on one hand that way. On the other hand, I love this song. This is so up my musical alley. I like I've listened to that legitimately just because I want to hear it. Am I insane? Is that the lamest thing you've ever heard?
No, the lamest thing I've ever heard. No.
On this,
we've done this show 6 years. Are you kidding me? I couldn't even imagine what the lamest thing we've ever said on the show is. No, this song is fun. That's good. It's I'm trying to think what it reminds me of. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but is there something very similar that it reminds me of?
I know. There's like, I think there's an early Bon Jovi song that has some of that. Dun, 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 that
that's
kind
the
of
real
manic.
part. The chorus part with the like ascending and descending.
It's got a
synths.
little bit of Papa Don't Preach in there. Am I crazy?
Well, he does say.
it's got
I think
the-
doesn't he say Papa? The Papa don't leave, or is it Mama?
Oh,
I don't remember.
something like
Leave
that.
the light on. I'm
course,
on a roll.
I'm much more a fan of Papa Knows What's Best for You, the response
Oh
song.
boy,
by,
how have
I
we never played that?
believe Danny Aiello.
Danny Aiello played Madonna's dad in the Papa Don't Preach video, and then he was
yeah.
unhappy with how it came out and the message that it sent. So he made his own song, Papa
just wants what's
just was
best
wants
for
what's
you,
best
or knows
for
what's
you.
best for you.
He just wants you to do what he like. He wants you to do. That is a really funny song.
You know how when you're in the biggest pop stars. The biggest pop star in the world's music video, and then you write a "fuck you" response
I
song.
shouldn't have done it. I thought they'd include my moral and message in the video, but they cut all of that
I
in
left my
favor of the
notes.
music.
I left my notes for her.
Oh, yeah, it's like Ed Asner was in a Lady Gaga music video, and he wrote a song called "What's with Those Crazy Get-Ups?"
Oh, AI prompt.
No,
If Ed Asner had appeared, yeah. His song. His song "Meat Ain't Clothes."
that's on display at the Park MGM, the little Lady Gaga store and exhibit.
Oh.
That meat was taxidermied in Burbank.
Really?
Wow.
They
Yeah.
saved the meat, and
Well,
you go
the meat
see it
was-
in Vegas.
No, they had to preserve it for the dress. The preserving process.
Oh, it
was
already
done in
occurred. She was
Burbank.
not wearing
Yeah.
loose meat.
She
to
was
begin
not
with.
wearing fresh loose meat. No. I think it was preserved
that
so
kind
it
of-
wasn't rotting.
Jason, you hearing that it wasn't loose, fresh meat? Is that kind of like there's
Disappoint
no
me?
Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be very funny if someone wore like stinking game to a red carpet. Stinking meat.
Well, there's still
And
a
somebody's
chance.
got to sit next to her. Like, I don't know what awards it was, but now like Christopher Plummer is sitting next to
It's like
What
all
is
the
that?
Oppenheimer actors showed up for the London premiere, and then the clock struck midnight, and they all left because the actor strike kicked in. If they all
right.
put on their stinking meat outfits and walked out,
I like how you're calling them the stinking meat.
the stinking meat outfits.
stinking meat, yeah.
The stinking meat outfits.
When you've got a premiere that you're coordinating.
Boss makes $1, I make a dime. This stinks.
Brett, can we play? I have to play the other part too, Thick of the Night 2, because most talk show themes don't have lyrics about being like a sidewalk superstar.
Oh, wow.
But
He
most
says that?
was in the make me a sidewalk superstar. But then also most talk show themes don't have bridges, emotional bridges.
Uh-huh.
So here's the midpoint of Thick of the Night.
Great. Wait.
Leave a little love.
There's some nice little plunks, like little synth plunks in that bridge too.
I love it. I love all of it. Fly me over heaven on a midnight moonbeam. That's what's in my heart. That's
Yeah.
what I feel inside. Alan got it out of me. This, by the way, This theme song is a collaboration with my literal favorite 70s, 80s session musicians, Jay Graydon, who played the guitar solo on Steely Dan's Peg, and David Foster. Listeners might know David Foster. He was the producer of Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You, but he's maybe better known now for who he's married to. He used to be married to Yolanda Hadid from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, mother of Gigi and Bella.
Right.
If you've ever seen a guy, a very cocky older man, being interviewed in front of a piano with 16 Grammys on top. That's David Foster. He now is married to Kat McPhee from the show Smash.
Oh, yeah, that old guy.
Yep,
who
you
she's
got it.
married to now, and they were
Saw him
on the parade float.
I was so happy to see them on the Thanksgiving parade.
Voice in Luminous, The Story of Us, Catherine McPhee.
Really?
Yes,
in the
I
new
just
Epcot
learned
show.
this. The new Epcot show.
Wow.
You
Well,
finally said something musical that excites Jason. Is the
I
show
just learned
Smash.
this. I haven't watched the show yet, and I have no idea why she is a voice actor in it or what her Disney connection is.
I mean, it's a wonderful voice, very talented. I think an American Idol alumni.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are kind of creeped out by the fact that she is 39 and he is 74. And they are married. It is a bigger age gap than me and my father.
Sure.
So yeah, if you like Jason have seen like that lady with the nice pipes, and why is that old man playing piano? Anyway, I could probably do a called shot episode about David Foster. If I gotta really consider what's my birthday called shot. David Foster is a big candidate. Obsessed with David Foster. But really quick, a non-comedic point: the people who made that song. If you thought the Thick of the Night song was good, you know how sometimes there's these like Twitter things like 10 movies to know me or 10 albums. I can boil it down to one song. It is a song by the people who made that, a band called Airplay, and the song is called Nothing You Can Do About It. If you want to understand Scott Gardner, listen to Nothing You Can Do About It. That's all I have to say. Highly recommend. One of the best in the genre of yacht AOR. And Thicke was right there with him. He was running in the thick of the night with champions of the game.
It was maybe the problem with Alan and in this song that like I feel like late night talk shows, have we had an actual like truly like cool host?
Arsenio.
Yes,
At the
Arsenio
time,
was
that's
cool.
Who
You're right.
Arsenio, who was on Thick of the Night a lot as a like, I think network going like maybe somebody else could go in there.
Yeah.
Somebody who's also cool like you, Alan. And then several years later, he becomes like the real guy who
that's
actually
the only
shook Carson.
guy who's. Well, I mean, Letterman was like cool, but not cool.
Chevy.
But was
Chevy's
Chevy cool by that
dude.
point?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He came out and missed basketball shots before his monologue, which mainly consisted of him sticking his tongue out and making faces.
What year did Chevy become not cool?
1978.
Yeah.
It was not. I don't think he made it out of the 80s cool.
That's
because the last thing I really
right.
love of him is I like I like Christmas Vacation too, but he's Goofy Dad, by the time, and that's what you like him for. Nobody thinks he's cool.
He was cool for a few years.
Yeah, he was the original drummer for Steely Dan, so you bet he was cool. Isn't that weird?
Yes. Has anyone lost their cool that fast in the history of show business?
Well, from being that there was no model for the hot SNL star because SNL was new. He's the first weekend update anchor. He's like, there's never been this breakout.
Right.
And I don't think people on TV were below 30 very often back then.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just interesting because it really there's no. Who's the coolest late night host that's been around in the last so many years?
Corden.
Yeah, you might be right. Technically,
I think actually yes.
Well, Craig Ferguson maybe is cool, kind of cool, but he's goofy and it's not. I wouldn't say cool.
Joan Rivers was always funny. Was she ever cool?
No, she was already sort of of another generation. I'm not saying
if your definition of cool is hanging out at the Playboy Mansion in the 2010s. Then we got to give it to our bud Bill
That's
Maher.
true. You're right. That wasn't what I was considering cool, but It's interesting because maybe some of it is like late night. It's like, hey, here I am. I'm the coolest guy. And people are like, no, thank you. Like there's something about that.
It turns you off. The guy has to be a little cheesy. I think there are people who think that Jimmy Fallon is cool. I'm not
sure.
Yeah, even Alan himself on Gilbert's podcast is like he regrets things like this theme song and doing the attempting legitimate music because he's like, I should have been goofier with it. I should have been more moved. Now Jimmy Fallon, he understands it. He does it all for comedy. But that was before he blurred the lines with Meghan Trainor.
Right. Did Alan Thicke hear like Idiot Boyfriend and stuff on Jimmy Fallon's like comedy album from 2005 or whatever?
He might have.
Maybe he did.
Oh, yeah.
Young buck, he's cooler than me and so is my son. But only them. At least I'm still number 3.
He sounds wistful on this interview though. Like he really regrets,
By the way, just confirm, Kirk Cameron was on Growing Pains, but he was a troublemaker. Michael J. Fox was the young Republican on Family
I meant
Ties.
Michael J. Fox was the
Was the-
conservative.
yeah,
I knew they were not on the same.
That
show,
was
sorry.
the country. The Wikipedia description is like, it was examining the shifting culture from the liberalism of the 60s to the conservatism of the 80s.
I didn't watch
And
any of either of those.
No, I
As a
didn't.
kid. I had
Family
no
Ties.
interest.
Again, I also like Family Ties for theme song and closing theme.
Yeah,
Full
yeah.
sax
Good-
closing theme.
good theme song.
Actually, let's tie it all together. Brett, can you pull up a clip called NHL Awards? These things just keep coming. There was another thing in the same era, 1988. Alan Thicke hosts something called the NHL Awards, and he does a musical tribute to Canada. And you will understand why I'm bringing it. He will reference something that Jason just mentioned. For the listener, he is performing in front of a bunch of people with placards that are all turning around and forming different words or forming, in this case, the Canadian flag, the maple leaf.
Of course.
So here's this song.
Ooh, got some chest hair going.
Oh, yeah.
Because in Canada we are family. Arms open wide, friends you can count on. Canada, save a place for me. I'm coming home. Leave me a light on.
And then all the signs become the big word A. And then he does a little...
Is just as good as the Germans. Michael Fox is our Pee Wee Herman. Magic
What?
Johnson has some moves, but so does Brett.
Michael Fox is our Pee Wee Herman.
And he makes a little, he puts his hand down like to illustrate a
Short?
short person. Michael Fox is our Pee Wee Herman.
What does that mean?
Not Michael J.
No, he
Fox.
means Michael J. Fox. He means
Okay.
fellow Canadian Michael
They just
J.
didn't. He
Fox.
Right,
ran out
he's
of
Canadian.
room
Okay.
in the
Yeah.
line.
I've just never really put them in the same category.
No.
You
Pee Wee
wouldn't-
Herman's a fictional character.
Yeah.
And
I don't think is that
ridiculous.
short. I don't know how short Paul
He
Rubens
might
was,
be on the
RIP.
shorter side, but it's just that they're both short.
Mm-hmm.
Shorter guys.
We're weird up here. America, you love Pee Wee Herman, but ours is Michael Fox, the guy who dresses normal and acts normal.
Really weird.
Charming
line.
guy. Magic Johnson has moves or something, but so does Gretz. Love these songs.
Gretz.
They're all like, they really remind me of like, especially there's the Guffman music, but then there's the songs that Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy sing in Best in Show about their
Yes.
dogs.
Yes,
This is
yeah.
like big budget versions of those songs.
There's a specific kind of quote unquote cleverness.
Yeah.
That you have to put in if you're parodying something like this.
Yeah.
That it's like kind of clever, but it definitely feels like grandma would be like, "Oh, how clever!"
Yes, you never laugh. You just go,
It's not a laugh. It's not a
You
laugh.
shake your finger. You wag. You do a happy wag at the song.
But this one has even less cleverness, I think, than the last one.
Yeah. Now there is a big bombastic finale here, but I think we should take a little turtle break.
Yeah.
Can we get a quick hit? Unless you've got something
No,
else,
go ahead.
Mike. Can we get a hit of? I believe the file is Turtles. 12 Days of Christmas.
Yeah.
Splinter has arrived. We're jumping around in the order of the
Yeah.
tape, but you got to have Splinter singing.
Yes.
That's one of the best parts of coming out of our shells is how
Skipping
he
stones.
talks in the old style, the old man style, but then so I'm skipping. He sings like Alan Thicke.
Skipping stones.
Yeah, we'll get back to Ellen
this
Thicke
really
singing
looks-
an up-tempo love song to Fiber soon enough.
This does really look like this does really look like the Shells tour.
This might be the same. Maybe
Splinter. And maybe
borrowed
it is
this
the
one.
Turtles as well. Because
Yeah.
as I've said before, the making of and the actual performance have different suits for that tour for some reason.
Confusingly, yeah. Well,
Yeah, and
here's
different outfits as well.
What does Splinter get up to here?
On the 11th day of Christmas, the turtles gave to me 11 pairs of sneakers, 10 yellow yo-yos, 9 narrow neckties, 8 chopsticks, 7 silk kimonos, 6 frisbees, 5 video games, 4 manhole covers, 3 skateboards, 2 comic books.
Stolen 4 manhole covers from the city. People are falling in all Christmas season.
And this is the 12.
12 April only autographs. Never catch up now. No, 8, no, 7. Oh, where am I? 5 video
Possible that's just
games.
one take and did forget.
4 manhole covers.
Made it
3
funny.
Let's make a joke out of it.
Comic books and the pizza with pepperoni.
Whoa! Wait. Oh, I thought it was a line. Yeah, Splinter totally stole 4 manhole covers. The city's gonna have to totally pay for new ones. Kids might fall in there,
keep
dude.
falling in.
They can fall in and visit us.
They
We
do, which
know
is what
you like
happens
to laugh.
actually. Kids are
Oh,
are
right.
visiting them at the end of this.
Great, it's the only way we can make friends.
Brett, can you pull up my Turtles 5? I think the whole premise of the special is they're looking for a gift for Splinter.
2 comic books was real stocking stuffers back then. They cost like $1.50
And
at the time.
and one of the
Comic
Turtles
books? You saying he cheaped out?
well, I'm saying now it's like $4 or $5 a comic.
Well, the
back
market
then it was
is
like
shrunk.
$1.25,
That's the whole thing.
$1.50.
You gotta pay more for less.
they hold up my beloved Archie published Ninja Turtle Adventures comics.
Oh yeah.
As well, which I've said
Sure.
is maybe the most important work of fiction that I ever read in my entire life is these 70 issues of this comic. So yeah, whenever you want, I think this is the right clip, hopefully. So kids are drumming. Kids are just drumming on garbage cans and oiled drums or something.
Oh, well, this is the top.
Oh, did I? Oh,
This has got to be good.
yeah. I meant to do the other one, but oh well.
Gotta get a gift for Splinter.
Gotta get a gift for Splinter. I hate shopping in the winter. Do you get the Ninja Master who has everything? Oh, baby. Gotta get a gift, gotta get a gift, gotta get a gift.
Mouths wide open. They cannot do how many syllables are in this song.
Gotta get a gift for Splinter.
We were supposed to play this at the end. I screwed up my numbers.
Oh, that's
apparently.
fine.
One we missed. We gotta get a gift, oh, baby.
Kids on rollerblades.
Gotta get a gift, gotta get a gift, gotta get a gift, gotta get a gift, gotta get a gift for Splinter.
There's some dancing. There's some choreography here.
How about
A lot of-
set golf clubs?
One of them's got a dynamic white scarf on.
Splinter's not athletic, he says.
Bowling balls,
Splinter-
ice skates. You guys are pathetic. Oh, gotta get a gift, gotta get a gift, gotta
He
get a
changes
gift,
that,
gotta get a
maybe?
Kind of. They got more nasal.
Yeah. So
Gotta get a gift, gotta get a gift.
look, Splinter can kick ass. So saying
why-
he's not
that's
athletic,
strange.
I mean, he's an older rat at this point, but
Teenage assholes. Nothing but
Splinter
attitude.
kicks ass if he has to.
Yeah.
Mhm, okay.
Also, they're ninjas. They can break into any shop they want and get
Yes.
any item.
Brett, put up 7 real quick. Sorry. But yeah, sorry, I'm on a roll here. Or hopefully I'm right about the numbers. Now I've screwed it completely
What
up.
is the explanation for Michelangelo having Charles Lindbergh white aviator scarf on?
When you say a white scarf, do you think Charles Lindbergh?
No, old-timey aviators always wear those long
Well,
white
I know, but
scarves.
it looks like a white. No, I know what you're saying. I
Any
just think
white
it's funny.
scarf
Amelia Earhart?
equals-
I don't know.
Yeah,
Take
yeah.
your pick.
I hear you, but I just
Yeah.
say it's funny that you thought that immediately just with a white scarf.
Oh,
That's
look,
all.
I'm 80s centric. Jason is 20s centric.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Look,
You're
you either wear a
60s
big
Archie
white
centric.
scarf if you're
He,
flying across the Atlantic,
oh.
or you're going to an old-timey Hollywood premiere.
You know
That's
what?
gonna help you in the sky, protect from all that wind.
Yeah.
One thin scarf.
One thing
The start of this, they actually find they grave rob Charles Lindbergh's grave, and they steal his famous white scarf. That's actually I didn't play that clip. But
okay.
That's why Michelangelo has his scarf on.
Because it's brutal. He looks bad.
Yeah.
That is as rotted as a corpse
He's
can
decomposed.
be.
When did he
Oh,
die?
he stinks, dude. Yeah, he's been dead for 100 years. What'd you think?
Yeah. So play this whenever. I think this is the right one, but maybe it's not. Who cares?
Dude, I'm undercover, man. 6 yellow. Well, yeah, I guess you could. Get 7. I want 1. Tubular. I like that's happening, Ralph.
This is very arty. Jump cuts.
Yeah.
Cinema verite.
I don't think so.
You got ties there.
Totally bodacious!
We've got So this is the gift wrap. Here we go.
Okay.
This is why they wrap Splinter's presents.
It's Christmas Eve and all my friends are here. Wrapping up presents, it happens once a year. I do my best when I'm wrapping my gifts. I take a lot of pride when I put the gift inside of the wrap. Yeah, come on, say it again, y'all, the wrap.
I think they're the first to realize those two words are the same.
Yeah, I think so.
It takes time and it takes a lot of caring. Put the ribbon on, feels good when you share it. I do my best.
I kind of like the shot too. That's like I like the
It zooms in and out constantly, back and forth.
big backlight, just blasting.
It feels
your
like the
eyes.
ooze from which they came.
Yeah.
This is the best directing in the special, yes.
They tried to slap hands with each other, but it was hard.
Yeah, they're kind of awkward 3 fingers. They're little grabbers, is that the phrase?
They're little grabbers, yeah. But with the low quality video, also, it looks like there's only 2 different colors for the bandanas. It looks like just red and blue. But this is the rap. So I kind of like rap, honestly. It's not the best song I've ever heard.
You know,
but
I overlooked it. I didn't even deliver this as a clip, but now that you've put it in front of me, it's kind of got some, it's got some late 80s.
Yeah.
Smart, minimal. So it's an outdated kind of rap.
It's a little repetitive. You can
And
stop
they
playing
have
it too.
a few too many teeth. Sure.
Oh yeah,
but
you really got a good view of the teeth here. If you want to
Yes.
see their teeth, watch Rap. And
see all 40.
you get to see real
turtle
good
heads.
close-ups of their little grabbers rubbing on each other's little grabbers. Like they keep flashing shots of them like slapping threes.
Not
whatever you
safe
call it. We
for
could stop it
work.
here.
Grabber on grabber
Yeah.
action.
So turtle grabbers.
Turtle grabbers.
You got to go to the video for that. That's on the
Yeah,
forever
yeah.
on YouTube.
You got to watch.
Receding gum lines and grabbers.
It's just, do
No
you think-
nubbin shots. No nubbin shots in this.
Did Ugly Sonic have worse teeth than the turtles here? I can't remember his
I
original
think that
teeth.
seeing Ugly Sonic's teeth in the digital clarity made it worse in a way.
Yeah, maybe
I
that's
think
right.
the VHS fuzz literally softens how many teeth are jammed into.
Right into Sonic's mouth.
So those are the best songs in the special. is
those
what
are
we've
the
now heard.
best songs that you're gonna get in this special. Yes, there's nothing nearly as good as any of these Alan Thicke 80s songs.
I guess I didn't mean to pit them against each other, but
Yeah.
I guess that's what's ended up happening.
Well, but we also this is we're not putting up the best turtle songs. Also,
No. We've covered the best turtle songs
Yeah.
via the I wanted to do some Christmas stuff. So there,
I'm just saying, give them some credit for better songs.
They tried to do Christmas songs, but again without Alan, I don't know
Yeah.
if they put in their best effort. I'm gonna play one more thing here, and this is a whole can of worms. We maybe don't have time to get into the whole thing, but can we please pull up the clip Skydome 1? This is where, as I've done this YouTube archaeology over the years, this was the point where I realized, oh my god, if Alan Thicke is singing in it, it's one of the best things that's ever been on TV. And this is no exception. I've seen this suggested by listeners as a full episode, and it could be, so I'll try to keep it brief. But this is from a special called The Opening of Skydome, a Celebration. Skydome is not something from Ninja Turtles.
Damn.
It's not where Shredder
Not
operates.
it's not a Technodrome.
No. It's not Skydrome. Skydome is now called Rogers Center. It's the Toronto stadium where the Blue Jays play. It's at the base of CN Tower. Opened in 1989 with this spectacular special. Clearly the pride of Toronto, the pride of Canada, which we know Alan is so fond of, his native home, with that great song that we heard earlier. Who else could host such a celebration? This entire thing is so up our alley that it's 2 hours of sloppy live television celebrating an arena, the main feature of which is a roof so that it can operate in sun or in rain. So it's 2 hours of hitting that point about, wow, we've got a stadium now, we've got a dome, and it has a roof. And when you've got something so specific, something almost as specific as aerobics and Schwarzenegger necks or Michael Fox being R. Pee Wee Herman, there's only one lyricist who can thread that needle. It's Alan Thicke, but he's joined by a special guest, another Canadian royalty member. Let's play this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Alan Thicke and Miss Andrea Martin.
Wow. Is that 100,000 people?
I think there are 100,000. Yes, for the listeners, the scope of this is so grand.
To Sky Dome,
Black tie, red dress for her.
the world's largest retractable ceiling. 8-acre, 30-story high dome.
Wow, it's a ballad.
It's better than Skyfall. Take that, Adele.
Waxing lyrical about this engineering miracle.
Why not get right to
Like-
the point?
Oh my God. Touching her face.
He grabbed her full
Really
chin.
aggressively.
You're not going anywhere. We got a Sky Dome to open. Now, approximately 1,000 women in their 40s run out in silver sparkly jumpsuits and leggings. There's so many.
So many people, yeah.
Filling the entire arena floor.
We'll have some good times here. Some really good times here.
Oh my God, this song.
We're gonna have ourselves a ball. Come rain or shine. Come one, come all.
The scope is
Wow.
just as
Wow.
you stare at this frame. Am I right? It's 1,000 people. It's an army of silver dancers.
Probably, yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's bigger than some Super Bowl halftime shows, I
Yeah,
think.
really.
Especially back then. They were not as many of those things. The scope was not as big. This is gigantic.
What is that stage even? Like, that stage is something crazy.
There's
It's
there's
elaborate.
ramps. I think it allows like motorcycle stunts to happen later because again, this is
2 hours.
jam packed.
Yeah.
There's
We
stunts.
gotta do this.
Maybe we
special.
do the entire thing.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, should I not say how it ends?
Say how it ends.
I mean, I don't want to. Oh, I'm so torn. Do I bury?
If there's 2 hours of material,
Maybe.
hey, it's up to you.
Okay.
We can end. I have gifts for you. We can end with that.
Oh, well, that sounds nice. Okay, you know what? Then I won't say. Maybe we do have to more fully address this thing. Let's get one more little hit, though. Let's play Sky Dome 2, because this opening number alone could be its own episode, because
Yeah.
there's a bunch of, like, skits and numbers, essentially. And, of course, we're dealing with, this is an arena. We have to talk about baseball and football and all the sports that are going to be played here through the majesty of song. So here is a musical number about an arena roof sung by football guys.
Yes.
Raindrops are falling at the door. But that doesn't mean the game will have to be postponed.
Oh, you gotta watch the video.
All we
here.
have to do is let the roof slide in. Let the roof slide in.
Let the roof slide in?
Let the roof slide in. Let the sunshine in. Let the roof.
Ball game.
I
thought-
apologize. It was baseball. I
It
thought
was
they were football
baseball
guys.
guys.
It was baseball guys.
I was wondering if you were like, I'm like, oh my God, Scott, no.
I've been close with such mistakes before. I'm just proud I got Blue Jays right.
I thought they said, let the roof sun in.
Yeah.
They could.
Could have been that.
I'm so, this will just be a good tease then for something in 2024,
that's
because the
wild.
story of how this plays out is spectacular.
Yeah.
And it's Alan Thicke shined on this project. He gave him his a thick amount of luck, and as he did on everything. I can't think of a better. It's certainly been a gift to me to get to go through all of these Alan things. I hope it's a gift to you. I hope joy to the world, they say, and what's the best way I can bring joy to this world than with the music of Alan Thicke? I say,
Alan Thicke,
and I also, to tie it back in to our full the duet partners. I just think like there's Christmas songs and Christmas moments, TV special moments especially, that are a little like played out. We've seen Bing Crosby and David Bowie together a number of times, and that's held up as like, well, it's this multi-generational duet, unexpected, unexpected bedfellows for the holidays, and if they can get together and briefly pretend they don't hate each other, kind of, although you can see it on their faces, then there can be harmony in this world. Forget them; they're in the past. The greatest meeting of minds for the holidays, I say, Alan Thicke and the Ninja Turtles. And I was so happy to talk about it and grow that the family tree, the Christmas family tree that comes out of that musical number.
I think, yes, I completely agree. I have such fondness for this. I want to say you're welcome to the audience who thought maybe we were talking a little more about MGM Studios and then realized that it was like getting one of those Cadbury eggs, maybe, and it's actually just an Alan Thicke episode locked inside
and with a chocolate Ninja Turtle surrounding
Ninja Turtle shell.
Hey, we got turtles in there too. We got Turtles Christmas.
I think it's great.
We can examine the MGM Studios installation.
We'll do that another time, of course.
Yeah. Well, now there's some. We got Sky Dome. We got the list is growing of what we can do next year, and we're looking forward to next year a lot. But I guess, and I apologize, I don't have gifts ready.
No, it's okay.
I haven't.
I had some things I just wanted to quickly give out on the air here.
Yeah.
Jason, I got this for you.
That is a large box.
It's a large box.
I saw it in the back of your car earlier when you gave me a ride.
It looks like Michael did a bit of a rap. He did a rap.
I was running very late, so that's a really poorly wrapped giant box. Scott, this
better
is yours.
than I do it. Okay.
And I got myself a fun thing too that I wrapped as well, and I'll open it up. I didn't want to be left out opening up a gift in case we weren't giving gifts.
A pleasant ASMR sound.
Yeah, let's do. Jason, you go first. I think.
Is it? Let's be careful how close we go.
Well,
that might be awful.
I think it depends.
I'm not going terribly close. I am a professional.
If Forever Dog wants to do an ASMR show with Jason, I think he would be interested if we can broker that deal, perhaps.
Now, run your little grabbers.
Jason's going to be eating maple. Jason's going to be eating maple cookies on the mic, and
it's Magneto's helmet.
I got Jason a full-size Magneto's helmet that he can wear if he wants. He doesn't have to wear it. Maybe I should have given it to him at the start so he could have worn it all show.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where'd you find that?
Where did I find it?
Where'd you find the helmet?
Well, it's a Marvel Legends release in conjunction with Disney
Did
Plus'
you get Jason
new
Magneto's
X-Men
helmet as well?
97.
I did not. My question is because I noticed that there were a lot of fancy helmets available on Deal Vibes, the embattled Twitter account.
It's possible, Magneto. I did not. This is retailed for $100. I did not spend $100. I spent much less on it, and it is because one of my accounts told me about the discount.
Well, thank God you didn't get that account into the mess with the Minotaur.
Yes.
Phew.
So anyway, it might have been Deal Vibes. I don't actually remember.
It could have.
It could have been Deal Vibes.
It was some account that I follow that has deals on helmets.
Yes.
I couldn't tell you what it is.
And I did a lot. I don't want to get into it too. I had with coupons and discounts and Red Card. I got that thing at such a good price.
Oh, I love it. That makes it that much sweeter.
It's so sweet. And I said,
Jason's request is not expensive gifts. It's gifts where the most money possible was saved in the acquisition.
I knew he would appreciate that aspect as well. But he's going to be wearing this helmet a lot, I have a feeling, around the house.
Can you get it on before? No, there's too much packaging.
No,
I was going to say, if you can get it on
packaging.
before the end of the episode.
I'll try to get I'll get a picture, though.
I'm sure there will be a Marvel episode next year
where
will need to have Jason wear the Magneto helmet.
Yes, and where it starts, he has it on. Wow, it's Magneto. Then we say one thing to Jason, and he goes, "What?"
Yeah, because he can't hear anything.
Repeat that louder, human.
Scott, all right, I got you.
Scan.
Whoa, the Avatar Way of Water Visual Dictionary.
This, you will now know what everything in Avatar is called
Oh,
and an
wow.
explanation for.
Jeez, can
how it
anyone
works.
even name what the fruit baskets are called in Avatar? Yes, I can. They're Pandoran fruit baskets.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of instinctual.
Yeah.
Can anyone even name the knives in Avatar? Why, yes, K-Bar MK13 combat knives. Damn
So,
it.
That's going to look, there's going to be a lot more Avatar coming soon. There's some
Wow.
sort of experience coming to Disneyland. They keep saying experience.
Oh, there's an experience.
An experience. It's not necessarily an attraction or a ride. It's an experience. But we'll need to know, and you're going to be our expert with this book.
Do you think
Just
they
going
could get
forward.
props from the movie and recreations of sets to walk through?
Hey, Jason, I don't want to speculate because that would just kind of ruin the fun for people going into this experience.
There's a full spread of both showing the full bodies of both Captain Mick Scoresby and Dr. Ian Garvin.
There you go. Yeah.
The two mean whale hunters.
Well, Garvin
Space
isn't
whale
mean, right?
hunters. What's that?
Jermaine is not mean.
He's
right?
conflicted.
He's
conflicted,
yeah,
yeah.
but he goes along with it. You know, if he was really nice, he wouldn't have the job to begin with.
Yeah. So, and then I got myself something, you know,
Ooh,
'cause
what did
we're,
Mike get
we're
for
in the
him?
turtle spirit. So obviously I know.
What's
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Or you just,
And we're in the turtle spirit, and I just got myself a little something that.
You seem surprised.
What? What is this?
That's not a turtle thing. That's
It's a Power Ranger.
a Power Rangers. What kind of animal is that? It's a Mighty Morphin what?
It says Mighty Morphin Mighty Minotaur.
Whoa!
Mike! Do you need to drop that? Do you need to throw it down? I don't know if you can. I'm worried about you holding a little Minotaur.
What? Now I have a little Minotaur that I need to display?
And have in your home? Are you sure?
I don't know what
We're happy
happened.
to take that off your hands, Mike.
I think I need to keep it, whatever happened.
Whoa. It's like you need
The box
you need to live with it as the ultimate test of your mettle.
Yeah. I
Whoa.
wonder if the person who got this and replaced what I had in the package got this on some sort of a deal Twitter where it was only $11 marked down from its original 30-something
Wow.
price.
You are saying that Deal Vibes themselves offered a deal on a Minotaur.
I think so, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Well, the herald that is 2023 came to a perfect close, didn't it?
It really did.
Perfect
It's
third
almost
beat.
perfect, yeah.
Wow. We fused Minotaurs and Deal Vibes in a way where, like Alan Thicke and the Ninja Turtles, they're inseparable now. You want to get that baby out of the, or do you keep that in the box? You want to bust him
Well,
out?
there's no window. There's no packaging window.
So there's no point.
So there's no point in keeping it in the box.
Okay.
Unless you're going to resell it, but no, I don't think.
You
this
had
is-
so
wow.
much venom in your voice when you said
Well, I don't
that.
like that they got rid of the packaging windows for a lot of toys, but they've, I think, corrected that a lot in a lot of
Yeah.
different
You
releases.
pulling him out?
So, yeah, he's
Wow.
coming out. Yeah.
Jeez. Let's meet him.
Unboxing
Oh, no, I
Minotaur
think I'm gonna-
video.
oh.
An audio unboxing.
Yeah, people love it.
NSFW
Okay, well, you
unboxing.
work on that maybe away from the microphone. And
Okay.
while I wrap things up, I believe with that tie together, you have survived Podcast The Ride for 2023. This is the last main feed of the year. And I can't think of a better way to do it than watching a big pile of clips with you guys. Boy, that's a lot. That is very loud.
Sorry.
There he is.
My God.
Wow. What do you
There
think?
he is.
Are you scared?
Yes.
He's large.
But your hand isn't trembling. Your grabbers aren't trembling one bit.
Well, my grabbers, I'm projecting confidence like Alan Thicke would, but I'm terrified inside.
If you give him a goldfish cookie, he'll smell like maple
He'll smell
all
like
the year
maple
long.
forever.
Oh yeah. Have him devour some of the. Have him stick his neck into that maple syrup.
Just like
grams.
Buddy the elf.
Yeah.
Is that
Have
his
him go to
name,
town
Buddy?
on some,
Buddy, yeah,
some
the elf,
Christmas
yeah.
crunches. Well, he's beautiful. I welcome your new addition to your family, Mike.
Thank you.
And let me do, while you play with him and grab him and get accustomed to him, let me say thank you, listeners, for everything all year, for supporting the show, for your episode suggestions, for coming to the live shows, for giving us stuff for a Fry sweater. If you travel for these things, thank you so much. Thanks for sending love to Jason with everything he's got going on. Much appreciated. Thanks to Brett Boehm for producing this video episode, for nudging cameras because Captain Crunch boxes were in the way. Thanks, Joe and Wes and everyone at Forever Dog. We are now going to take a long winter's nap. We're going to do a hiatus on the main feed. We're going to do 3 weeks. Might sound a little bit long, but keep in mind that is in the service of prepping a lengthy daily series that will be coming as soon in 2024 as we can manage. So remember, that's on the way. And if you don't want us to disappear for the holiday break, if you want the PTR fun to keep going, new episodes will be coming to the second gate, where we just did McGruff 3, a very McGruffy Christmas. You can only hear that there. And our VIP tier Club 3, where we have one more little tropical holiday treat next week, man. As the Turtles would say, or that episode's subject. You will find all of that at patreon.com/podcasttheride. So that's our business. How's it going? Are you handling him with your little grabbers decently?
My little grabbers are helping to examine him. I will say this, he does not have a furry seat.
Okay.
It's just skin.
Okay.
Here.
You want to check for nubbins?
Well, actually, he does have them.
How many? Can you tell?
Well, he's got 2 nipples. Like, he has 2. The Minotaur.
But is it only the? I forget. Is only the extra one a nubbin?
Is the? I forget too. He certainly has a snoot. And
may your holidays be rosy and wonderful, with dreams, with visions of nubbins and snoots dancing in your head. From all of us at Podcast The Ride, happy holidays. Went into a little thick there.
Yeah.
Forever Dog.
This has been a Forever Dog production. Executive produced by Mike Carlson, Jason Sheridan, Scott Gardner, Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey. For more original podcasts, please visit foreverdogpodcasts.com and subscribe to our shows on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Keep up with the latest Forever Dog news by following us on Twitter and Instagram @ForeverDogTeam and liking our page on Facebook.